Remember me. Remember me.
See, I think I learned this later in life. These two things. I used to say that if a basketball player or athlete leaves college without their degree, then the game used them. They didn't use the game.
That's true.
And I do believe that, but somebody checked me on it one day and they said exactly what you just said. That 1 year of exposure can do wonders. Even if you don't graduate, even if you don't, and I'm encouraging everybody to graduate, but even if you don't graduate, getting yourself out of your neighborhood or out of your house or, and understanding, can I do this on my own? Can I go to class on a schedule? Because I think college more than anything is you learn to discipline yourself.
Yeah.
100%. You go to a party on a Thursday, you got an 8 o'clock class on a Friday morning. You're going to learn about yourself. You're going to learn how bad you want this thing. Because the Thursday parties are popping. They always have been.
Always.
So Friday at 8 o'clock, because after my freshman year, I never scheduled an 8 o'clock morning. Never scheduled an 8 o'clock class on a Friday ever again in my whole college life. I took a class any other time besides 8 o'clock on Friday.
Right.
But that's how you learn about yourself. Yeah. You don't. Learning in college, you're going to learn knowledge, but you got to have a thirst for it too. And I didn't really get a thirst for it until my senior year, where I was thirsting for the knowledge. I wanted to drink the knowledge that I was being provided. And it opened up my mind to a whole new world once I actually read the books to get knowledge versus reading the books to pass the class. Right. That did something to me totally different that propelled me into life today. But college, more than anything, is a discipline. It's a process. And I don't know if it's the process of you being a worker ant. Like they say, you wake up in the morning, you go to work, you come home, you get prepared for the next day, you do it. I've never been that, so I can't even relate. But the process of you have to be somewhere at a time. You have to have a person. You have a boss, whether that's your administrator, whether that's your coach, whether that's your faculty advisor, whether that's anything like that. You have somebody you have to answer to because you have to be somewhere at a certain time and you have to do that on your own. Yeah. At home, in high school, it's not on your own for most people. Some underprivileged people do have to deal with that, so I don't want to exclude them. But typically, your parents set you up for high school. Hey, time to wake up in the morning. They're your alarm, or whatever the case may be. There, you got to be at the student faculty meetings. You got to do, they kind of guiding your life for the most part. Yeah. You got your social time, but your business time is controlled or very heavily helped by your parents. When you get to college, ain't nobody there. You got to figure it out. And in all honesty, I'm surprised how many kids graduate because to send I was 17 when I went to college. To send a 17-year-old off to college and say, hey, man, figure it out. It's crazy to me.
It's tough.
It's tough. But we somehow figure it out. Because if it's something you want bad enough, you figure it out.
Yeah, and I think going into it, you understand the stakes as well.
Yeah.
You understand not just the stakes, but the sacrifice that goes into it, especially in our community, man. Yeah. It's like, I know my parents, my mom, first generation graduate from undergrad, graduated from St. Paul's College.
Yeah,
first
St. Paul
brothers and sisters that graduate from college. St. Paul's don't even exist no more. It's a historically black college. It's not even around anymore.
I went out there one time.
Yeah, my pops graduated from Nova State. His sister was one of the first ones that graduated within their
That's
family.
One generation away.
Yeah, literally. The same generation, just his sister though.
Yeah.
So it's not far off. So at the end of the day, it's literally what your parents are instilling in you, but trying to not take leaps and bounds, but you just want to get a level up.
Yeah.
And I think at the end of the day, man, us as African-American men in the African-American community, we try to just make, those gaps. We try to bridge that gap between us and the other, us and the man, us and everybody else, because right now the African-American people are trying to figure it out. Yeah. And we figuring it out, and things are getting better, but not as fast as we really, really want them to.
Yeah.
From the 2-parent household to us managing finances to us being truly, literal in the educational standpoint and just doing the best we can, man. It's just a matter of generational, man. Yeah. And I think each generation, eyes are opening.
Yeah.
Social media is important in the web and everything that's open on the internet. Like you can educate yourself, man. So these kids these days are educating themselves and they're understanding more and more about the history of the black man, the history.
I love how invested this new young. I'm saying new young generation. In my mid-30s, but the social media generation, because we kind of was right before, like literally, like
we're the start.
We're the first generation of it.
Black Planet and all that.
Oh my god,
that's true.
Black Planet, MySpace, all that. Man, you said Black Planet.
My top 5. Man.
Yeah. So I love the stand that this new younger generation is taking on everything.
Yeah.
Not that I agree with everything, but I love that they're actually taking a stand, because I feel like our generation didn't really. I don't feel like when I say our generation, I mean college, maybe 4 years out of college, like from high school to 8 years. Let's say to you almost 30. That generation is really putting their feet in the mud and standing for a cause, whether that's LBGT. I don't know the acronym, I'm sorry. Yeah. Whether that's Black Lives Matter, whether that's, whoever, Hispanic lives, Asian lives, whatever. All the causes that are going on, it's led by them, by the college, which is throughout history, it's been that. Yeah. Even kids going to school and Brown versus Board education, that's elementary school, but it started with the college students, the ones who really willing to sacrifice it all for the bigger cause. And I just salute them, man, because I had a lot to lose. I probably wouldn't have. I'm just being honest. Like I would like to think I would have.
Like us growing up, we were still following though. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
We had a whole lot of like civil rights leader in which we still looked to at the end of the day. And you look now, it's like who's the leader? So everybody looks to social media. Everybody looks to whoever's the most popular or whatever the most viral video is.
But they are the most popular. The people. I never forget. I saw Times Magazine cover, man. This had to be, I don't know, maybe 10 years ago. Whenever I say 10 years, I feel old. Because 10 years is a long time. And I have like a couple of 10 years that I can talk about. But the Time Magazine cover said Person of the Year. And it had a computer screen. It said you. That was impactful to me.
Yeah.
Like we entertain ourselves.
Yeah, that's real.
We literally entertain ourselves. Like YouTube, Instagram, Snapchat, all that is just other people.
Yeah.
We're doing this because other people did this and podcasts, and we entertain, just normal people entertain each other.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
We always look to stars. We always look to, famous people, beautiful people, tall people, strong people, whatever the case may be, the most popular people at the time. That's who we look to for our guidance. And we still do. Don't get me wrong. Athletes their voice still means something. But you can have a teacher in Norfolk, Virginia, make it go viral, and it'll impact the whole entire world tomorrow. That's powerful.
No, it is. It is, man. I mean, the way the whole social media and everything going on with the whole viral movement, it's crazy just because, like you said, one person, you can literally make one video, they're going to go viral, and everybody's trying to capitalize off that viral moment.
Yeah.
So literally, people are doing things just for that viral moment.
Yeah. That's the flip side.
Not doing things because they're passionate about it or doing things because this is what they truly are driven to do. They're trying to profit off of that viral moment. So viral is the goal. Like, if you look at viral, that's the goal. Yeah. Like, you have kids, like, they don't want to be basketball players. They don't want to be football players. They want to go viral. They want to go viral on social media because they understand the profit margins of potentially going viral. And if you do go viral, you got a merch. Yeah. You got a following. You have a following that potentially may buy your merch, and now you're selling your merch.
So you say that, right?
Like that. So it's a different thinking nowadays, man.
I don't think I've been a part of a viral moment. I might be in the background somewhere or something, but my man, right? I played ball in Northern Virginia, and this guy that I used to hoop with back in the day, cool dude, great family. His brother, baller, brother could hoop. He hooped, like they known in the city. So I don't know if you remember the Drake tweet of it as a recent
with the girlfriend,
with the wife.
Yeah, oh, that was the wife.
That's my man. Like I know him. Like I know him. Like my dude. Like yeah.
The dude whose girlfriend was texting.
We grew up playing ball together. Same Boys and Girls Club. Like
Drake was texting. Oh, Drake followed his wife.
Yes.
Stop, man.
So that just popped in my head when you said viral moment. That's my man, like Bebop. That's my dude. Like, you know, so we hooped together back then.
About that then.
I don't know. I don't have no inside scoop on it, to be honest with you. I just know, like, I mean, as far as I know, him and his wife very happy. Like, he's a super good dude. He's a grinder. Like, him and his team are like YM. I mean, dudes that been grinding since. Mm-hmm. I mean, when they had their first club, and they party promoters too. Okay. They party promoters. They in the cannabis industry. They got a clothing line, Sucker Free. Shop the Sucker Free clothing line. They got some dope gear. Like one of their homeboys in the crew, Black Cobain, signed with Currency, signed with Jet Life. Yeah. Like, so these dudes, they some dudes in the city.
But they ain't Drake though.
But they ain't Drake. Drake is Drake.
Drake is Drake.
You know.
But that's respect.
But these when I say these my dudes, when I say for sure, all day salute. One of the other guys that, you know, he real big with the Wizards. I don't know if you heard of the Wizards cannabis brand. Yeah. That's one. He part of their crew too. Guy named they call him 2 Z's now, but you know, I knew him growing up. I don't know if he wanted his real name out there, but I knew him growing. We played ball together. His mom coached basketball. His mom played. You know, she coached basketball. We met at the rec league, and we've been cool ever since. You know, so I know that crew, man. But I watched them dudes really develop and grind, and like, I don't know if they rich. I don't want to count their bread, but they eating good off of starting that one night of party promoting.
The crazy thing is like, we started off talking about sports, right? Mm-hmm. But we're literally talking about other people that may have not even participated in sports and that found a way into a successful lifestyle.
That's ill you say that, because they all did. Yeah. That's how we know each other. From Boys and Girls Club, from sport, we played at different rec centers. They actually ended up playing at different high schools, and we kind of went to maybe 3 or 4 different high schools throughout Northern Virginia. We all got it from basketball. Yeah. So I don't, to the point we originally started with, I don't know how much they took from sports and put it into their business acumen. Mm-hmm. And now
I'm pretty sure 100% though.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's a mentality though.
It is.
Like, the grind you put in to put into whatever you put in is gonna be the same thing you get out of it.
Yeah.
I mean,
for sure.
It's the fruits, bro.
That's sports. That's the basis of sports. Whatever you put into it, you're gonna get out of it. That's the root of sports.
Yeah, that's the root of life, man. Like, the thing about sports and life is they literally are parallel.
They are
together, man.
They are.
Wake up 5 o'clock in the morning, get your 5 a.m. workout in. That's a sportsman. Yeah. Wake up 5 o'clock in the morning. Corporate America, man, I want to wake up 5 o'clock in the morning because I got to start work at 7.
Yeah.
So I'm working at 5 to get it in, work out 5 to 6:30. I'm at work at 7. Now I'm getting ahead of the game. Man. Yeah. It's still a grind, man.
Funny you say that. Me and somebody had a funny conversation, man. We were talking about, I hope nobody says anything to me about this. And I may edit this out, so just bear with me. We talked about women that work out in the evening and women with 5 a.m. that work out at 5 a.m. It's a distinctive difference in the women that work out at 5 a.m. in the morning and the women that work out in the evening. For sure. The 5 a.m. body is different than the 5 p.m. body.
The 5 a.m. body is definitely different. Man.
We agree on that, so we're not alone on that. I'm not judging anybody by any means.
Small percentage in the 5 p.m. The 5 p.m. people coming in.
Yeah.
But that 5 a.m., it's a mindset thing, man.
I think so, too.
It's a mindset thing. Not only if somebody's getting up early at 5 a.m., I don't even get up at 5 a.m. and work out right now. I wish I could. I want to.
I would love to.
I like the discipline right now.
I
can say I like the discipline right now. But the person that's getting up and working out at 5 a.m.,
body different.
Body different, but mindset different.
Mindset different.
They want things in their life, man. Good things in their life. And they want, at the end of the day, they're going to be blessed, man, because they putting that work in, man.
I'm telling you.
It ain't just about working out at 5 a.m. It's about just getting
You
up.
said the mindset. It's a discipline, man. You know, I was going to tell you my answer, but what's your answer? What do you think are the 3 most important things that you do, think, practice, repeat, or whatever that contribute to you being successful? Because I think you're a successful brother. You have a house, you invested, you know what I mean? You sharp, you put together. What are the three, what is your, 2 things. What is your routine that you do most consistently? And or what are the 3 things that you do most consistently that you think contribute to your success the most?
I would say the first thing is a strong foundation with the one and only, man.
Mm-hmm.
So God is very important.
Spirituality,
man. So spiritually, you got to be right.
Yeah.
So when all fails, I got to be able to look up and put my head down and pray to the man upstairs, man, and tell him everything.
Yeah.
And talk to him just like we talking.
Yeah.
I don't pray and just get to dear little, like I'm typing a corporate email. I'm talking to him like I'm talking to the homies, man. So
I just recently started doing that.
He know my spirit, man.
Yeah.
He know my spirit, man. So that's the first thing, man, is just being real. And when I'm having those conversations, just being real myself, internalizing a lot of that, man.
Okay.
But the second thing I would say is just having good people around you, bro. And the people you're talking to on a day-to-day and having those conversations, because a lot of times you internalize a lot of things and you just want to get them out and talk about them.
Yeah.
But having people around you where you can talk about things, and sometimes that conversation may get put into action.
Yeah.
Or it may drive you or put a battery in your back
100%.
to 100 and do what you need to do in life, man. So just having good people, whether it's family or whether it's friends, man, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I think those are the two main things is God and a good support system around here. Not people that you just call in and gossiping and like just good productive conversations.
Support, man, it's different.
Good productive conversation. I would say the third thing is consistency, man. Consistency is just having whatever you're doing today, do it tomorrow.
Yeah. And
whatever you're doing tomorrow, do it the next day. Yeah. Whatever you're doing the next day, do it the next day. And do it again.
Yeah.
And do it again.
Yeah.
And do it again.
That's real.
Be consistent.
That's real.
Whether you fail or whether you make it, continue to do it because you just never know. Don't give up.
Yeah.
Don't give up because at the end of the day, you are who you are.
Yeah.
Like, shoot your shot. You got to continue to grind. You got to continue to do what you do and just don't give up. Be consistent in whatever you do. Give your all and be consistent, man. That would be the third thing I would say, man.
That's real, man. That's real, man. And I'm glad you articulated that joint amazingly. Like because and that's like one of my when I started coaching college basketball, I always wondered what my elevator speech would be. Yeah. Just have an elevator speech. And instead of me having a speech, I came up with that question.
Yeah.
If I was ever in the elevator with any coach or I had a second of somebody's ear, I want to know that question because that's it. You want to know how people are successful, what they do, who they met, what they know. That's that thing right there. Those things you just named are how people are successful. And it sounds simple as hell. Consistency, discipline. But I'm a believer that you can do anything you want to do if you have discipline and consistency. And you just 100% said the same exact thing, which that's why I thought that was dope, man. Because that lets me know personally that I'm on the right path.
Oh yeah.
It lets me know that like minds, it means something important that people think this. And you're not the first person I heard say that. Yeah. And that's how I process things a lot. We all kind of measure ourselves. Yeah. And I don't mean measure in the way of competition. I mean measure in the way of, are we thinking the same thing because you're successful and I want to be successful? So if we're thinking the same thing, then I'm at least on the way.
Yeah.
Or I'm in the same room, or we in the same pool. We swimming in the same pool at least. I'm gonna get some of that splash. You get what I'm saying?
The crazy thing is, it's like let's compare it to golf, right? Let's compare life to golf.
All right.
Let's do this real quick, right? We out in the tee box.
Yeah.
Me and you out in the tee box. We
on the blue, the white.
Don't matter. Wherever.
Okay.
You can swing wherever. You out the tee box.
Okay.
I hit a ball.
Yeah.
It goes out of bounds.
Okay.
I lose a stroke.
Yeah.
I lose a stroke.
Yeah.
You hit a ball, it stays in bounds. It don't go that far, but it stays in bounds.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm now on stroke 3, you're on stroke 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
You hit another ball, you hit your ball, the second ball. It doesn't go far, but it's in the fairway. You don't lose a stroke. Mm-hmm. You're on stroke 3 now. I'm on stroke 4.
Yeah.
I hit another ball from out of bounds, it goes out of bounds again.
Okay.
I go from stroke 3 to stroke 5.
Yeah.
You're on stroke 3.
Yeah. You hit it mad far, but
stay in the course stuff.
Yeah.
The thing is, and the comparison I'm trying to say is literally the person that's consistent and staying the course versus the person that's going out of bounds, doing things different, going outside of what they truly want to do, doing the things and the distractions. Out of bounds is the distractions. Yeah. From the video games to the social media to anything that's taking up anything that's taking up your time.
Females, that's number one.
That's definitely number one for sure, man. Women will take a lot of your time, but you just got to find the right woman at the end of the day, man.
For sure.
And Those are out of bounds, man. Yeah. That's out of bounds.
It's funny, man. It's crazy you saying that, like, right after this, because I'm connecting some dots. I went to a, I want to call it symposium, but a conference, Final Four. And they had the Coaches Association, they had a little meeting, I guess. And this guy did that example. He put a golf course up.
Yeah. Okay.
He literally put a golf course up. That's why it's crazy you saying it like this. And he was like, you have to be in control of your career as a college coach, because this college game is nuts.
It's hard to be fired,
man. It's crazy.
The game.
You're either going to get another job or you're going to get fired. Nobody stays.
Right.
But he was saying that you have to figure out what you want to do in this, this not career, but this industry. Because if you want to play golf, he said it just like that. You golf. He showed the golf course. He showed the joint going over there, and trying to get to the hole. But then he was like, this person goes here, they go here, they go here. It's in a straight line. And at the time, I didn't get it. I thought I did, but I didn't. At the time, I was like, yeah, you know, I agreed with him, and I knew what he was saying was good. I was like, yeah. But throughout my career, I've been blessed to move forward each time.
Yeah.
And even though I went from D2 to D3, but it wasn't a step backwards.
Yeah.
It was still a step forward, because I went to an amazing program that was a nationally ranked program, and, you know, great coach that was highly recognized, and, you know, went to Christopher Newport, and went to the Sweet 16, been further than I ever been at the college level. Yeah. So, and then I go, you know, NAIA associate head coach, and I go D2, you know, back to D2 on the women's side. So everything I've done has been progressive, which has been amazing. But I get it now. I would not never. The only reason why I would take a step back would be because I had to, or I would take a step in a certain direction because I had to. I'm more out for peace. I want peace of mind above anything. Like career, money, all that's great. A certain bag will get me out of my peace of mind.
I got a question about that though.
But
like, you talking about peace of mind, but you what, 36, 37?
Somewhere around there.
Right. So you young, you talking about peace of mind, and you talking about coaching. In actuality, how much peace of mind is there really in the coaching game, bro?
Man, it's levels.
From a head coach.
Levels. Right. It's levels.
So
levels.
Right.
I've been around amazing coaches.
In a perfect world, though, I guess my question is, in a perfect world, what does peace of mind and coaching in Mo's world look like?
Peace of mind is working with someone that y'all have an understanding, you know, that they understand you. They get the time to know you. They understand family. They understand life outside of basketball. Because I'll be honest with you, man, I love coaching to death. Like it's the thing I would do until the end of time, unless I get a commentating job and I get to talk about basketball. Yeah. But it may sound crazy, but I live my dream already. Dog. Yeah. Like my dream since I was little was to play professional basketball. It was the NBA, but I went overseas. So I'm on my second dream in life. Right. You know what I'm saying? I'm on my second dream. Huh?
You're going to keep dreaming.
And I'm going to keep dreaming. Yeah. Like being an elite level college basketball coach is my second dream. And I'm not saying that to say that I give it any less than I would give anything else in life, because I'm a competitor. I'm going to always give it my best. But what I'm saying is that there's certain, like it's a bunch of different kinds of coaches. Like it's the stay at the office to 12 midnight coach. It's the come in the office at 5 a.m. coach. It's the coach leave the office early coach. Like they out playing golf by 2, 3 o'clock coach. It's it's a bunch of different kind of head coaches that you can be around. It's the coaches, you know. So I'm particular about the coach that I'm around because I've been around so many different coaches now. Yeah. I've been coaching college for 10 years. I've been at maybe 7 different colleges. I was at 2 colleges for 2 years. And then everywhere else I've been for 1 year. And I'm going into my second year now.
Good question. Out of all the coaches you just named, the type of coaches, what type of coach would you say Mo is? Coach Mo. What kind of coaches? It's
funny. I'm a combination of them all. I really am. Okay. You know, I'm a combination of them all. In order for me to be the best coach, I'm like, I pull from all of them, honestly. And that's why I say I'm blessed. Yeah. Because I started with Coach Cleo Hill at Shaw. Amazing coach. He just won the CIAA 2 years ago. Yeah. You know, he was out of coaching period. Then won the CIAA 2 years ago with a different school than where he brought me in at. I work with ODU, Jeff Jones. They won the Conference USA not too long ago. These are great. These are dudes that are statues in the game. You know what I mean? Like it's especially locally at the very least, but nationally, if you know Brian still played in the NBA, played for the Nuggets. Like he's, you know, Lamar Barrett, he's an NBA scout now. John Richardson been coaching 15, 20 years.
Question though.
Yeah.
If I'm a player and you the head coach, why would I want to play for you?
You want to play for me because I'm gonna take you to the next level of life. Like my goal is to put you in a position to be the best that you can be in life. Basketball is a byproduct of life. Just like we talked about earlier. And this is how I recruit. This is the real conversation manager. Like I wanna make sure you're good. And why I want to do that because I know that feeling of the game being over. I know that feeling of even my first year I thought it was over and I cried. So you know what I'm saying?
Hard pill to swallow. It's
a hard pill. So I know, so, you know, by the time I came to my third year, I was at peace because I knew how that feeling was and I knew what I had to do for the next step. But I watched players year after year after year get done with basketball and they go into a depression, like a literal depression, dog. And I'm not talking about just sad for a few days. Like, what am I going to do with myself? I've been playing basketball for 15 years. I'm 20. You know, I'm 23. I'm 24. I've been playing for 15 years. It's a tough pill to swallow. And I watched that. So I would say that I have the real conversation with my recruits, with players I'm with. I'm trying to help you be the best person. You know? If you be a good person, basketball is going to be basketball. I want you to, when you leave here, I want you to be prepared for the next 40 years of your life. Mentally, professionally, spiritually, emotionally. I talk to my girls, man. I talk to my girls about everything. I talk to them about everything. Fatherhood. How was your father? Like, what's your relationship with your father? I just asked a recruit that the other day, what's your relationship with your father? And she, you know, she told me how she felt, and I was like, I understand. I see you feel uncomfortable. You know, we'll talk about it a little bit deeper. And she's not even on my team yet. She hasn't even signed to us yet. But my point of saying that to her is, I want to know about your family. Like, what's your mom? You got siblings? What do? They went to school, you know, because it's going to help me coach you. It's going to help me talk to you. It's going to build our relationship, not to get you to come to my school, but to understand who I'm even talking to. You know, I done seen too many bad. I was coach junior college, bro. Like junior college, like knock on your door in the morning, wake you up for class. Junior college, like, hey man, come on, man, let's go to class. You know, like go to court to drive you to court. Junior college, you know. But yeah, I'm so serious about bigger picture of basketball because I went through it. I did it. I saw it. I lived it. I saw my sister go through it. I saw my cousin go through it. My nephew, man, my lineage of basketball is crazy, man. I mean, my lineage of sports. NFL player. Sister played D1. I played D1. My nephew played at Columbia. His little brother played football at Marshall. Their other little brother is one of the top baseball players in the state right now. My other nephew just walked on to Norfolk State. You know, this is what we do. My other cousin was a Golden Gloves boxing champ. You know, trained with Layla Ali. You know, so I come from a lineage of athletes. Like speaking of that, so I'm glad you said that. So this is the one thing that I always aspire to do when you talk about recruits and players and inspirations. Sweet Pea Whitaker, that he's a god to me. And why he's a god is because I saw him, I touched him when he was the champion of the world. I saw him bring the world to Norfolk. He hosted the Boston Championship belt at Norfolk Scope in the middle of my city. He's the first person I ever saw made me believe I could make it out of Norfolk. Like Norfolk, like who knows? Who knows what Norfolk is? Legend. Who knows who? Nobody heard of Norfolk before the Sweet Peas, before even the Vicks. You know, like nobody heard of Norfolk before that. I mean, I'm sure it was some people, but Sweet Pea was the world boxing champ. He was up there with Sugar Ray Leonard and them.
Sweet Pea.
I just watched the highlight of him dodging Oscar De La Hoya. It went through Instagram the other day. That was our guy from our city. I was in his gym and shook his hand and he smiled at me. R.I.P. You know, so people like that made me believe. I only hope to be a piece of that in anything I do, whether that's coaching, whether I can give you the right word, the right thought, the right idea to make you believe in yourself.
Yeah. He doing great
dope,
things, man. Just being good men and doing what you're supposed to do to take care of your business, man. And that's all I wanted, man. Is to make that imprint, and I think that's the blessing of being a coach, man. And I want to say thank you because the imprint that you done put on so many different lives, because you done coach from high school JV, high school varsity, JUCO, Division 1, Division 2, all that, like Division 3, you've been around and you've been putting literally your imprint around the world and literally influencing and making sure that everybody else is straight, because at the end of the day, you are greater than. And you're trying to make sure everybody else is greater than and instilling that in, hey, you are greater than. Regardless of what somebody tells you, that was my main thing when I coach, because I coach high school football for 5 to 6 years or so. And my main thing is I just wanted to touch the next man's life to whether they want to play college ball or whether they want to be the best version of themselves. Yeah. And I used to preach that to them, like you might not be the best wide receiver or safety or cornerback on this team, but what I'm going to instill in you is some life shit. Yeah. Some lessons that I'm going to give you now. That way when life hands them to you, you be like, oh, I'm used to this. Yeah. I know how to handle this. Yeah. I've been faced with this before. This is not nothing new to me. So, I talked to my guys that my first year coaching was 2012. Them guys are probably 23, 22 years old now. Yeah. And seeing the guy, he in the military, been in the military for almost 10 years now. Yeah. Almost 10 years. Seen another guy, he's in the CFL playing college football now. Seen another guy graduated from VCU, got his master's. He talking about marrying an old lady now and got an old good job.
Been through that's why I came up with the mantra, man, because we go through a lot, man. Trauma, parenthood, fathers, mothers, jail, everything that we go through. And I ain't just talking about people that been through that kind of thing. Even people on the other side been through divorce and felt like they were less than whatever they are. Whatever they feel, whatever somebody told them, whatever they feel like it's their fault that their parents broke up, whatever the case may be, you're greater than all of that, man. Like you can overcome all of that. People have done it. It's been done. You can do it, dog. Like you the same flesh and arms and limbs and head as Martin Luther King. Yeah. Yeah. He was just a man that did amazing things. He wasn't a superhero. He was a man that did amazing things. And you can be that too. That's why I say you greater than, man. And like you say, I honestly, bro, I really do this. Like you talked about this earlier, man. My grandma was one person that always loved people. Yeah. Her funeral was packed. She was 90, 94-ish. Her funeral was standing room only.
Rest in peace, Grandma.
R.I.P. Grandma Hattie. Like, standing room only. At 90. Yeah, Grandma Hattie.
Yeah, Grandma Hattie too.
Grandma Hattie. Oh, yeah? That's great. Yeah, that's great. That was the name back then. That was like Keisha back in the day. That was like Kim. Hattie was Kim back in the day. So.
Hattie, it was hella Hatties out there, man.
All the Hatties, yo. That's shout out to all the Hatties. Shout out to the Hatties in the world, man. You name Hattie and you're under 75, yo. Hey, shout out. But yeah, and my coaches, man. Coach Mabry, man.
Yeah, man.
Like, they did it. They made me who I am in a lot of ways. My mom, 97.8%. The other 3.2% was men that wasn't my father, that wasn't my uncle. And I had uncles that contributed for sure, not negating them. But what I'm saying is that the men that took me under their wing and showed me and fed me sometimes and took me places and paid for my hotel when I went to a camp or something like that, those dudes wasn't my parents. Yeah. They was brothers of Q Psi Phi. They was basketball coaches. They were, just men that just wanted to see me be successful. And I feel like that's my job now to pass it on to the next person. That's my job. Like, somebody did it for me, why wouldn't I? And I always think of it like this.
It's only right.
All the knowledge I have in my head, if I don't give it to somebody else, when I die, it dies. Yeah. So why did I go through all of this just to have it for myself? I should pass it on to somebody else so they can have it and learn and not have to experience that. Like Hov did that. So hopefully you don't have to go through that.
That's a fact.
You get what I'm saying?
No, that's real.
And so that's all. That's my. I think that's my mission and passion in life is to pass on the things that I know, I experienced, I seen, and I went through to somebody else so that they can expound upon it and excel and be better than I ever was.
Yeah.
Be better than they ever thought they could be. I think that's my calling. Like I don't know, God may tell me something different, but I think my calling is right now is through basketball. Later on, who knows what it'll be through. But my calling in life is to help not only the younger generation, but anybody that is willing to listen. Mm-hmm. I don't care who it is, where they come from. If I can give you something to make your day better, make your life better, help you, give you some gems, bro, I'm here for that. Like that's why I talk a lot. I know a lot of people say I probably overtalk, and I try to work on it, man, but I find myself in the middle of doing what I'm doing right now. Just talking, dog, and just giving all the information and just I love life, man. I love life, man, and I appreciate life, and I want everybody to live the best life they can live, man.
Got to, man.
Yeah. I probably talk way more than I wanted to, but still,
it'd be selfish of us to not want that for everybody else, though, man. If we didn't, then if you only wanted life just for you or life just for me, then it'd be selfish of us, man. So at the end of the day, it's truth and service, man.
Truth and service. I like that. Let's end it there. I like that. It's truth and service, man. Truth and servers or service or both.
Truth and service, man. North Carolina Central. That's the mantra. Truth and service.
That's the mantra?
Yeah, truth and service, man.
You're lucky, y'all, D. Y'all ain't even see how double A I had to say it.
Yeah, all day.
Yeah, all right. So truth and service.
Truth and service.
It's truth and service, man. I totally agree by that. I live by that, and I appreciate you being here, man. Actually, I'm here in your crib. Yeah, man. But for sure, man. Appreciate you, bro. We probably do this again soon, man. I mean, this ain't the end, man. So much stuff we can talk about, but when the time plan, remember, go like, go subscribe, go regram, go retweet, go retalk. What else is it? It's something. It's a lot of stuff. YouTube. Like, subscribe, enjoy, watch, show your grandma, show your nephew, show your aunt. Tell a friend and tell a friend, man. I am greaterthan.com. I am ATER.com. You can get the apparel, you can get the inspiration, you can get the love. Yeah. All right. The Coach and Mo podcast out.
Remember me. Remember me. Remember me.